Hey kids, wanna see a dead body?
Hello, I'm Pluto Burns, and welcome to a new manga recommendation segment.
But Pluto, haven't you already done a recommendation segment like twice before?
Yes, and I will continue to revamp it until I'm satisfied with the results. Today's manga is called Midori Days, a story about a girl who magically ends up on some guy's hand. Mad Dog Sawamura is the delinquent, super bully, beat-em-up guy of the school he goes to, and he's got his right fist of, death that he just beats people into pulp with, and he's famous across the entire district. But then one day he wakes up and there's a half of a naked girl on his right hand. Just the upper torso, she's now his hand, and her head's like yay big. And they're both freaked out about this. They have no idea what is going on, and she doesn't like being naked either. But the girl who showed up on his hand, Midori, is in love with him and has been watching him from afar for a long time. Not as a hand. Midori's a real girl. She has a real human body and was using it to follow Sawamura around. That real body is now currently unconscious in bed at home. Meanwhile, the hand Midori, we're going to need another way of distinguishing those two, because hand Midori, real Midori doesn't ring at all. But meanwhile, hand Midori is absolutely thrilled to be attached to the man she loves and decides to start being the best girlfriend she can be while not having any legs. Now, Sawamura is actually a hopeless romantic, is not too thrilled the fact that the first girl who's ever returned any kind of feelings to him is now his right hand.
Oh Jesus, I just got it.
His girlfriend is his right hand. I can just see the mangaka talking this over with his editor. What is that? I got a great idea for a joke. A guy has a girl for his right hand. Brilliant! And from there, it's just an insane, wacky harem comedy. Unlike most harem comedies, it doesn't actually have him being a hopeless romantic who keeps bumbling into the chests of all the hot girls in his life. No, see, in this version, he's actually completely unaware of almost every single girl who takes an interest in him, and they mostly just sort of hover around him as a friend circle unit, with him at the center being delusional about the fact that no girl actually likes him, apart from his hand puppet girl. Speaking of, there is a character who is obsessed with hand puppets and other doll-like girls, and he discovers Midori is on his hand and starts making actual clothes for her, because otherwise she just kind of had like a self-knitted coat thing. It was awful, especially because she put "I heart Sawamura" on it. Now Sawamura, now having his right hand being a girl's face, is not able to use his deadly right fist punch attack of death and has to, get into fights with just his left hand. Oh, and they do that thing where they wrap Midori's head in bandages, and he just tells everyone that his right fist is damaged, and everyone buys that even though it's really just the top of her head covered in bandages, and the rest of her can just move freely. It's right up there with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles putting on a coat, hat. No, I'm not a giant anthropomorphic turtle. No. I mean, seriously, how do people keep falling for this? No, there's nothing wrong with my nose. Don't you see the hat? But anyway, so the main point of this manga is insane, wacky comedy with Midori trying to stay hidden, not always succeeding, and all the crazy shenanigans that Sawamura with his delinquent past and love of love can get into. And there's a crazy mad doctor who tries to examine what's going on. He takes an x-ray of Midori and there's nothing there. Just everything above the middle of his forearm is just not there. They never really explain how she ended up on his hand. There's something about the power of the spirit from a legit Native American mystic. Midori's mom is rich and kind of desperate to find out where her daughter went. And there's this other guy who was a friend of Midori's who follows around Sawamura because he thinks he knows something, and he's I can't decide if they're making gay or cross-dressing jokes with this guy, but it's weird. But overall, this manga is an absolute joy. It's really legitimately very funny. It's got actually surprisingly good action scenes when it, bothers. And Sawamura and Midori just make a great duo act because he's a stereotypical teenage boy and she is stuck with him when she is a rather sheltered maiden. And she's also his masturbatory hand, so he kind of has to not. Or watch porn because she throws it all away. That's easily one of their best jokes, is that Midori has like some level of control over the arm that she's part of. So if she really wants to go somewhere, she'll be like, ah! But yeah, Midori Days, I guess it wasn't that popular in the US because these copies are actually really hard to find, but yeah, there's scans online, and this author went on to do some really funny shit. So go ahead and check out Midori Days. Hey, thank you all for joining me on this new segment. Hope it sticks around a while. I hope this green screen goes as well as I'm really trying. I've got actual lights over here. This is all new territory for me. And we'll see how this goes from now on, because this whole like rapid fire, talking to the camera, no script thing, I'm not used to this. But let's see y'all next time.